You are Locked On Heat Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Miami on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up, Heat fan, and welcome to your Heat Postcast. My name, of course, is Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, G-R-I-E-S, as in, hey, who's that Grease guy? He's an idiot. Or, hey, who's that Grease guy? He's pretty damn good. Or, hey, for all those years when everybody said, who's that Grease guy? And I tried to fight it. Finally, I'm just Grease, G-R-I-E-S, at Jim Grease _ on social media. And we don't need another hero. We just need a Dunk Meister and a Davion Mitchell and an injured Bam Adebayo. Okay, I'm getting a little bit fanboyish here. It's a little weird, I understand. But I'm feeling good because your Miami Heat scored 131 points tonight. It's their second highest scoring game of the season. Also, your Miami Heat shot 65% from the field tonight and 55% from downtown, 59% from the floor, 55% from downtown tonight. Both season highs, 62-point third quarter. Had the numbers jumbled, but hey, the numbers are good, man. Oh, baby. Big win for your Miami Heat tonight. I mean, ain't no two ways about it. Look at that new layout that we got going here. I'm not exactly sure what this all about or what it even looks like on YouTube. Let me take a peek because this doesn't look, it looks a little weird right now. Let me see. We're live right now on the YouTube. We're on the YouTube. We're switching over to Locked On Sports Miami, but what a win, 131. And look, they just played the same team 2 nights ago. They just shot 7 for 40 from three-point land, and they just got smoked off the court in a 98-86 loss. And even though they held the Hawks under 100 points, they still were held to 86, their second lowest total this season, right? So now, what do? Of course, you get a day off when you come out and you get that home cooking. Maybe you go out and you dance a little bit. I don't even think people go to South Beach anymore. Maybe you go to 11, like my boy Billy Woe. Shout out Billy Woe. But you go to 11, you know what I'm saying? Because 10s aren't hot enough to work there. And that's their thing, not mine. So don't blame me. Don't shoot the messenger. But I will say this. Your Miami Heat literally were fantastic tonight. And it really is nice to see right now that this team can come back after a day. And I am literally looking for the home screen. Where am I at right now? My videos right here. Aha. All right. Well, nothing yet. But anyway, point being, your Miami Heat can just get a day off when they come home. And look, they played more road games than any team in the NBA so far this season. And now they have 14 of their next 17 at home. And even more than that, look, I have like pages and pages of notes that I never get to on this show, by the way. They get committed to memory. Like underneath this sexy bald head is a lot of gray matter. You know what I'm saying? They had lost 6 of their last 8 games at home. You know what I mean? 9 of their last 10 games have been on the road. They hadn't even played at home since the 10th of February against the dreaded Boston Celtics, right? But they have 14 of 17, 9 of the next 10 at home after playing the most road games of any team in the league. So Bam Adebayo felt like it was a must-win. Questionable with the calf, questionable with the back, and very much not questionable with his performance tonight. So really for Miami, it comes down to a couple of things. Their defensive intensity is almost always there, right? That's a hallmark. That's a staple. That's a trademark of this team. It's going to come down to 2 things for this team this season. One is the way they shoot the basketball. 2 nights ago, they scored 86 points against this very same team and lost 98-86. Tonight, they run them out of the gym, score 131, and they can't miss. Why? Duncan Robinson was on fire. Tyler Herro was on fire. Wiggins set the tone with a 3-point play the old-fashioned way to start the game and a 3-pointer. Scored the first 6 points. Wiggy, can't you see? Sometimes your play just hypnotized me. Spo said it after the game in the press conference. He said, yo. Well, he didn't say, yo, I am. But he said, Wiggins needs to be more aggressive. And I'm paraphrasing. He needs to play downhill for this team. Look, you're not in Golden State anymore, bro. You're not. And you know, look, Jordan Poole was long gone, but you still had Draymond with a little bruised ego. Steph Curry's team, right? And a lot of great things happening in that Steve Kerr motion offense with Golden State. No doubt about it, right? But this team's different, man. You lost Jimmy Butler. You got Tyler, who's averaging 24 a game and can put up 40, but when he's the focal point of a defense, he'll also have a lot of turnovers. The shooting percentage won't be super high. So you're going to have to get to a point where you have that legitimate guy that you can go to from 12 to 15 feet away, a guy who can post up late in the game and get you a bucket, a guy who can go to the rim and get a foul that Jimmy Butler was so great at doing. And not saying Tyler can't, by the way. I'm talking about another guy to do it. I'm talking about a front court player to do it. And look, their top guy off the bench in the front court right now, Jovic, all 6'10 of them, all 20 years old of them. He's out 4 weeks with a broken hand, and that's a devastating blow, not only to their bench, but to the team as a whole. Jaquez has seemingly fallen out of favor. More on Haywood Highsmith in a minute. I have been so hard on Haywood Highsmith. First of all, if you're going to have the same letter at start your first name as your last name, I forget what that's called. Someone put it in the chat. And by the way, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when we're coming your way with more content, and come on into the chat and tell me what that means when you have the same letter that starts your first name and your last name. What's the word for it? Anyway, Haywood Highsmith, he was huge tonight. Haywood Highsmith, he huge. Get it? That's 4. But he was monumental tonight with his effort. And Spo says it all the time, right? Stay ready. This is one of my personal mantras. I covered the Heat for years. They've given me so much. Pat Riley. Spo was a video intern for the Heat when I was an intern on Sunday Night Sports Wrap. Every week I'd go down and pick up the tape from Spo. Look at our career path since. Hey, I'm happy to be here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day for free here on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. I'm a little amped up tonight, but you know what? It's really exciting to score 131 points. The NBA is so dope. When the Miami Heat are moving the ball the way they moved it tonight, when the Miami Heat are shooting the ball the way they shot it tonight, and look, credit to the Hawks. Miami was scorching the Nets in the first half too, but it took a 60-plus point third quarter to really bang it home for Miami. And wait, hold on a second. I said that wrong. My notes are off there. Give me a second, guys. I apologize for that. It was a 42-point third quarter for Miami. It was 65-65 at half, but a 42-point third quarter. It was an explosion. Look, they were scorching the Nets the whole night. Any of you guys ever play double dribble? He's on fire. The net just, boom, spontaneously combust. That's what both teams were doing in the first half, and Spo said it after the game on the dais. He said, look, the difference in this game, we knew we were shooting great tonight. It was really fun. The guys were sharing the ball. The crowd loved it, yada, 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 but when the team started playing defense in the third quarter, when they cranked up the intensity on that side of the floor is when it really kind of switched gears for Miami. So, look, Tyler Herro had 24. Duncan Robinson had a huge game off the bench. He was hitting his threes, hit 6 threes, I believe, in the game tonight. Miami shoots 59% from the field. Davion Mitchell has his best game in a Miami Heat uniform. He scores 20 points, makes 5 3-pointers, all 5 of him. Terry Rozier didn't even play tonight because of it. They made 23 3 balls tonight, did the Heat. 1 shy of the franchise record. They had 39 assists on 45 makes tonight. Unbelievable. The defense they played in the second half on Atlanta after Atlanta was literally keeping pace with them in the first half. I mean, I told you, 65 points in the first half for the Hawks. They had 28 and 37 in the first 2 quarters. They were filling it up, too. They were filling it up. And then Miami cranked up the defense, and the offense never came back down for the Heat. They were literally on fire the whole time. 120 points plus for Miami. The Hawks 6 and 22 this season when they allow. That's more of who the Hawks are, right? They played a great game a couple nights ago. Miami was tired coming in. We know now that Bam was hurt with the calf at the back, and he had to play tonight. So look, 9 home games in a 10-game span, 14 of 17 at home. They had played once at home in 4 weeks. They had played more road games than any team in the association coming into tonight. Sandwiched around the All-Star break. So where was that routine of being at home? It was gone since January, really. So 107 points through 3 quarters tonight. Everybody eating, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Haywood Highsmith had a bomb game. And we are still, by the way, we're going to come your way with the stars of the game. We're going to come your way with that final score graphic with the turning point as well. But, I think, look, Indiana's red hot right now. They've been having Miami's number as of late. They're coming in town on Friday, and I can't wait because coming off a game like tonight, that's a momentum builder. I've been screaming from the rooftops, maybe the tops of the skyscrapers on Brickell. Who's going to pick up the slack? Duncan did it big time tonight. Duncan did, and Bam played great. Claire played great. They all shot the ball really well tonight. So who will be the stars of the game, and what was the turning point? So many things to choose from. I feel like a kid in a candy store because it really was one of those nights for Miami. A season high in field goal percentage, a season high in three-point field goal percentage, a number 2 on the season effort in points scored for the Heat, but just a tremendous performance to bounce back from the abomination, especially offensively, that it was Monday night in the ATL. Coming off that long road trip, now 9 out of 10, 14 out of 17 at home. I will tell you on the other side what the Miami Heat need to do to keep this thing going. Uncle Mo still need to get Terry Rozier going too. We'll talk about that and more on the other side. It's your Heat Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. With Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. That is right. The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive your 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. That's Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risks. Rate subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds on IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial, LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold, LLC. Your favorite podcast and mine, Locked On Heat, of course, has a newsletter introducing the Locked On Heat daily newsletter. One stop for ultimate team and league coverage. That's Heat and NBA. Delivered right to your inbox. Sign up for free now at LockedOnDaily.com. That's LockedOnDaily.com. And start your day with the all-new free Locked On Heat newsletter. And while I'm at it, Jim Greasehover, call me Grease, Gries, at Jim Grease _ on social media. Give me a follow, make you holla. Also, check out every day. Man, these guys do a great job with the Locked On Heat podcast. Marlins is cranking up too. The preseason's going on. Oh, Alcantara back this year. This team could be, well, they could be decent. We don't want to see what they're going to do. But the Heat, I still believe someday you and me will find ourselves in the playoffs again. I think the Heat are going to be better than a play-in team this year. I was speaking with Sam Ekstrom in a little text exchange earlier. Sam's my boss here with the network. He's the, I don't want to say his title wrong, but he's in charge of all the postcasts. We all report to him. All the guys and girls who do the postcasts here on the network, we report to Sam. New initiative this year. He also does a lot from Minnesota with the Wolves and with other, I don't even know which shows he does, honestly. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But anyway, he's my boss, and we're talking earlier. Great dude. We go back and forth, and I was like, yo, Sam, this Miami Heat team is going to make some noise. They do not, look, they're going to be somebody's headache. They're going to knock somebody out, maybe a couple teams. I don't think they're going to go all the way. Look, you got the Knicks. I think the Knicks will be primed for a Heat upset. I like that. We'll see about this Indiana team a little bit more on Friday. I believe if Miami can get hot, and if you can get Terry Rozier going, man, you got to get Terry Rozier going. But Haywood Highsmith, perfect example tonight, did not play for 5 of 6 games. A 14-year veteran didn't play 5 of 6 games. In 5 of the last 6 games, the dude was riding pine. Came out tonight in 16 minutes and lit the world on fire. Will he be one of the stars of the game? I don't know. Don't tell me Look, how about I Don't Know by Ozzy Osbourne with Randy Rhoads? Maybe one of the greatest guitar solos of all time. I don't know. But 131 to 109 is something I do know for the Miami Heat tonight. And just an incredible performance all the way across the board for Miami offensively. I mean, you just think, and this Hawks team, bear in mind, Atlanta shot 59% and 54%, almost 55 from 3. That's what Atlanta shot Atlanta shot 50% and 38% from three. Miami shot 59% and 55% from three. Miami had 7 players in double figures, and, Duncan and Highsmith were the bench scoring. Look, and still no Kevin Love, right? Sam I Am from Minneapolis knows the dealio with Kevin Love all those years. Look, what's that phrase when you get a little long in the tooth, or the beard, as the case might be? I'm not as great as I once was, but I can be as great as I was once. Hey, that's Kevin Love, bro and sis. That's Kevin Love in the playoffs. That's Kevin Love in spurts in the playoffs. Remember Alonzo Mourning in 06 and the minutes he gave you? K-Love could do that, yo. And he was the third of a super team, of a trio of stars in Cleveland. Let's not forget that Kevin Love averaged almost 30 points a game early in his career in Minnesota. Let's not forget that Kevin Love routinely got over 20 rebounds a game, banging threes all night long, changing the way big men played the game. Let's not forget that's the same K-Love. Let's not forget what he did in the playoffs with Miami since he's been here. All right, so let's remember that we get that Kevin Love. And let's remember that Jovic will be back in about 4 weeks, which will give him what? End of March. You got April, and you got to be playoff ready. That's going to be a quick turnaround for Jovic. He was really developing nicely. He was really coming into his own. I mean, look, he has the national team experience playing against Team USA overseas. Look, this dude is battle tested. He'll be ready when he comes back. I don't know why Jaquez Jr. has kind of fallen out of favor a smidge and not been playing as many minutes, but he's got to earn those back, right? New look team. Wiggins gets 29 minutes. He didn't shoot great tonight. 1 of 5 from 3, 3 of 9 from the field. Made his first 2 shots, one of them a 3, and then from there just went cold. But they didn't really need him to shoot well. Look, you had Wiggins 3 of 9, but Bam was 9 for 12 as we take a look at the box score, right? Bam's 9 for 12. He ended up with 9 boards and 3 assists, 20 points for Bam, 9 for 12 from the floor, had a 3 in the game. And, I really respect Bam on a bad wheel with a bad back out there tonight. And he has scored. And look, I'll say it, and I think I wrote it right here in the notes. I have 1,000 notes to get to from this game, but Bam, where are we at? Bam Adebayo, Bam. Yeah, 22 points per game for Bam, for the Capitan. 22 points per game over his last 12 games, now 13 for Bam Adebayo. And so, they had been so bad shooting the 3, 30% this month after 38 in January, 36 in December, 35 in November. So bad, historically bad, 7 for 40 on Monday. And tonight they give their best performance shooting-wise of the season, and it was just fantastic to see. Tyler Herro had been shooting 23% from 3 in February. And ironically, Wiggins was the only guy who shot the ball well the other night on Monday, especially from 3. And tonight he was the only guy who didn't. So the NBA it's a cruel world of, everything has an equal, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? Whoever invented that phrase was talking about the NBA. No kidding, right? So 7 players in double figs for Miami. Wiggins had 15, right? No slouch. 6 assists for Wiggins tonight. Didn't shoot the ball very well, but he was the only Heat player who didn't. Literally the only one who didn't shoot the ball well was Wiggins tonight. And I'm going to see if I can get this. We'll test the old broadcasting chops. 30-plus years in the business. I got this. 90 seconds to get through all the stats. Let's go, baby. Bam Adebayo, 9 of 12, 20 points, 9 rebounds for Miami. Kel'el Ware, brilliant performance. 5 of 6 from the floor, 12 points, 8 rebounds in 29 minutes for the rookie. Kel'el Ware, fantastic job tonight for Miami. Davion Mitchell with his best performance for the Heat so far. 7 of 8 from the floor, 5 for 5 from 3. I repeat, 7 of 8 from the floor, 5 of 5 from 3, 20.6 assists for Mitchell. Kept Rozier on the bench tonight as Tyler Herro, 7 of 16 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3 after the disastrous 2-game stretch from 3 before that, even though 2 games before that he had 40 points. The one before, not so much. But Tyler with 24 points, 10 dimes tonight for the double-double for Tyler Herro. And how about the Dunkmeister, Duncan Robinson, 24 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 9 of 16 from the floor, 6 of 13 from 3 for Duncan tonight, answering the call for Miami. And then Haywood Highsmith off the bench. How about Haywood? 24 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds in just 27 minutes tonight. 14 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds. I'm sorry, I read the wrong line. 14 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 4 of 5 from 3, 4 of 5 from the floor for Haywood Highsmith. No points for Anderson or Burks or Larson. Jaquez had 2 off the bench in 8 minutes. Real quick with the team stats For Miami, they shot 59%, a season high, 55% from three, also a season high. Held the Hawks to 50% and 37. Big time drop in the second half in Atlanta's shooting percentages as Miami cranked up the defense, according to Coach Spo after the game in the press conference. He said that, but that was obvious to see in the second half. Miami 18 of 22 from the line. They shot 81% from the stripe, almost 82. 35 to 33, they out-rebounded Atlanta. 39 to 29, more assists than Miami, 10 steals to 6 for Miami, and one more block for the Hawks, 3 to 2. Didn't really factor into the game. Points in the paint, 54 to 32 Atlanta. Hate to say it, but when Miami's been at their best this year, they've been outscored drastically in the paint. Biggest lead for Miami, 22-5 for Atlanta, as the Heat were minus 3.5 heading into this game. All right, when we come back on the other side, we're going to wrap it up, and we are going to do so with your stars of the game. We're going to do so with your turning point of the game. We are going to do so with your final score graphic. I'm Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. This is Heat Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day, 131 to 109. The Miami Heat kickoff and fuego. This homestand on fire. 9 of the next 10, 14 of the next 17 here in Miami at Kaseya Center on Pat Riley Court. Is that a good thing? I don't know. The Miami Heat have not been very good on their home court this year at all. As a matter of fact, they had lost 6 of their last 8 home games before tonight. But the malcontent Jimmy Butler is gone. The petulance is over. They have got Andrew Wiggins. They need to get him playing downhill. They got to get Terry Rozier going. What else do your Miami Heat have to do? In addition to the stars, in addition to the turning point, in addition to the final score graphic, and a look ahead to Friday against Indiana in a huge conference game against a team they've struggled against. All those things, we will let you know how your Miami Heat will be a 4 or 5 seed in these playoffs still to come this season. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, Gries. It's free, F-R-E, that spells free, baby. Right here on YouTube, Locked On Sports Miami, and wherever you get your podcast, just like Locked On Heat podcast, and of course at LockedOnDaily.com, your Locked On Heat newsletter. Wrapping it up, we'll take it. Un momento, por favor. Heat Postcast on Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, 131-109. The Heat beat the Atlanta Hawks tonight in Miami. And what better occasion than a victory to DoorDash, man? All you do is sit. You don't even have to get dressed. You don't have to move. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. NBA fans, get ready. They swoosh, you save. Thanks to Dash Pass, every time a player drops 50 or more points in a game, you score a huge deal the next day. Hey, Tyler got close a couple of times lately with 40, but it's simple. When any player scores 50 or more in a game during the 24-25 NBA regular season, I repeat, any player, Dash Pass members get 50% off an order, up to $10 off the next day. From noon to midnight, a 12-hour window to get 50% off. Come on, let's go. Here are a few ways you can take advantage of this deal. I do it all the time. I get a little bit lazy sometimes with it. I get a game day feast right after an epic 50-point performance. Celebrate by ordering wings, pizza, burgers from your favorite spot delivered straight to your door. Maybe it's a late night craving, whether you're staying up watching highlights or you just need a midnight snack. Who doesn't, right? Use Dash Pass to grab something delicious while saving big, and then you can get lunch on the go the next day. Need a quick and easy lunch? Dash Pass will help you get your favorite meals. No delivery fees, reduced service fees. Plus, now you save even more with this exclusive NBA offer. Or, my favorite, fuel your watch party. Have it just delivered right there. It's gangsta. When you're watching that game and your crew's over, you order your to-go snacks or meals at a discount. Get ready for more high-scoring action because everybody's chilling at the crib. Ding, ding. Oh, there's no one there. Oh, just a big bag of food. Yeah, let's go. Sign up for Dash Pass. Be ready to save when any player scores 50 or more in a game. Dash Pass members get 50% off and order the next day up to $10 off from 12 to 12. Just use promo code NBA50 from noon to midnight after a 50-point game on eligible orders at participating merchants. Must have an active Dash Pass account. I feel like Eminem right now. Terms apply. Visit DoorDash to learn more. Noon to midnight the next day, 50% with DoorDash. On the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And it's not every day, though, that your team scores 131 points, shoots 59% from the floor. No, sir, no, ma'am, it's not. It's not every day that you have 14 of the next 17 games at home, 9 out of the next 10. And you got this new lineup, right? Rozier didn't even play tonight. Kevin Love's still out. Those are veteran, battle-tested dudes who, hey, Haysmith proved it tonight. Haysmith. Hey, combine his two names. I like it. He's in a relationship with himself. It's not Haywood Highsmith. It's Haysmith. Hey. All right. Anyway, beautiful job by Highsmith off the bench tonight in 27 minutes. Hit 4 of his 5 threes. Just a dope performance. You know what I mean? And I really am impressed by that. I've been hard on Highsmith. Look, he does a lot of things, man. Defensively, he deflects balls all over the place. He's diving. He's running full speed. He gives you that shot of adrenaline the second he takes the floor. I love so much about him, but the reality is he just hasn't shot well this season. So when he does that tonight, it's hard to get him. Spo said it postgame. It's hard to get him off the floor. It's hard. You know, you got Wiggins. And with Jovic out, you're going to need Highsmith now. With Jovic out, you're really going to need Highsmith. Look, I don't know why Rozier didn't play tonight. Jovic is out with a broken hand. Kevin Love, going to be a factor. You know Kevin Love in a playoff series giving you 4 or 5 minutes in a burst, 10 to 15 minutes in a game. It's all being saved right now. It has to be at this stage. But, hey, not as great as I once was, but I'm as great as I was once. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can relate, although I'm as great as I once was very often. I'm not at that other point yet, and all I'm doing is talking for a living. Taking what they're giving because I'm talking for a living. But as long as Duncan Robinson shooting the way he did tonight, and as long as – and Highsmith's not going to do this every game, but he gives you that energy. Alec Burks didn't even have to score tonight. You wonder after that, a few games in a row there with a burst. But Spo says it all the time. Stay ready. Stay ready. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to get ready. Stay ready, and you don't have to get ready. Stay ready, and you don't have to get ready. That's what Highsmith was tonight for your Miami Heat. Kel'el Ware lost in the overall bliss of this post game. Just this post game. What's the word I'm looking for? As you're looking at what happened in this game, and you're just it's amazing. This post game love fest. This post game whatever it is. This post game bliss. Don't get lost what Kel'el Ware did in this game. 12 points. 12 points, 8 rebounds for the rookie. In 29 minutes, 5 of 6 from the floor. Easy to get that lost in the shuffle when you had Bam and Mitchell each scoring 20. Mitchell in his, Heat high with 5 of 5 from 3. And Bam on the bad leg with the calf injury and the bad back where you didn't even think he was going to play goes 9 for 12 and ends up with 20. Even Wiggins had 15, scored the first 6 points of the game to set the tone. Easy for Ware to fade into the background when Robinson's hitting threes all over the place in the second half and Haywood's doing the same. Easy for the big fella to get lost in the shuffle, but Kel'el Ware. That's why you listen to me and watch me for these things. And I can't wait to see what the Locked On Heat guys have to say about this one as well. So the team defense was there. The offense really cranked it up. The shooting was phenomenal. All right, before we get on out of here like Vladimir, you know what I'm saying? We are going to give you what you came for. Everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. All right, the final score of the game tonight. 131 to 109. Look at Bam with the bad back. Look at Bam with the bad calf. Look at Bam Adebayo. 20 points for your Miami Heat. Will he be one of the stars of the game? We don't know. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. But Bam had 20 points in this contest with 9 rebounds, narrowly missing as they took him out with 45 seconds left, and he was kind of grinning about it. Narrowly missing, and Eric Reed and John Crotty, more Eric than John, giving him a little bit of a hard time and joking with him. Oh, don't worry about Bam. You get next game. But Bam is still tied with Ronnie Cycli for the most double-doubles in Miami Heat history. And the next one, obviously, will pass Ronnie Cycli. The turning point, the Miami Heat shoot a season-high 59%, 55% from downtown. They score 65 points in the third quarter. I'm sorry, that's a typo. They scored 65 in the first half. It was 65-65 at halftime. They scored 42 points in the third quarter. A huge quarter, one of their best scoring quarters of the season. Every other word out of Eric Reed's mouth was kaboom. I love Eric Reed, by the way. He's great. And known him for 30-plus years, man. It's crazy how time flies. He was my age when I met him, but he was younger than me when I met him, actually. But, yeah, time flies when you are having fun. Your first star of the game. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. How about Tyler Herro? 24 points, 10 assists, 7 of 16, 4 of 8 from 3. Quiet night for Tyler to score right about on his average. 24 points. Quiet, right? Everybody's kabooming. But Tyler Herro, do not forget about our guy. He's the best player on this team this season. He's the guy you go to every time you need a bucket, and he delivered big time tonight for the Heat. All right, your second star of the game will be the man who put forth his best effort as a Miami Heat player so far tonight, Davion Mitchell. Look at him. 20 points, 6 assists, but 37 minutes. 5 for 5 from 3, 7 of 8 overall from the floor. Davion Mitchell. And finally, back from the bench, Haywood Highsmith and Duncan Robinson combined for 38 points. Haywood Highsmith and Duncan Robinson combined to go 10 of 18 from 3 and 13 for 21 overall from the floor. They combined for 12 rebounds. They combined for 11 assists. Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith, Robinson 24, Highsmith 14, Highsmith 7 rebounds, 5 assists, Duncan 5 rebounds, 6 assists. What a performance. 6 threes for Duncan, 4 for Highsmith. The forgotten men off the bench for the Miami Heat. Who was it going to be? I said it had to be Duncan and Rozier. Tonight it was Duncan and Highsmith. It can be any combination thereof down the stretch. Then you get Jovic back. You're welcome. Let's go Heat. See, Spo even said it after the game, and I'm going to leave you with this. One of the best things I've ever heard Spo say. And again, I've known him since he was the video intern with the Heat, and I was the video intern for Sunday Night Sports Wrap, and I'd go pick up tapes from him. This is 1995, you know what I'm saying? So Spo is humble. Spo's down to earth. Spo will tell you how he's feeling, even if it's, not what you think a multiple-time NBA championship coach, one of the best in the game, should be saying. So he said, hey, I don't even know if I'm using this team correctly right now. I don't even know what this team really is or what we really have. So stay ready. Pour everything into the team. Look, he said, I quote, who knows what the right decisions are, if I'm even making the right decisions. But I'm asking the guys right now, pour into this team, stay ready, make an impact. Make an impact. And he always tells them all the time, like, make me play you, make me leave you out there, make me go to you more, make me run plays for you, make me make you great. Or something like that. Anyway, the brilliance of Spo. I don't deliver the message the way he does. That's why he's him and I'm me. But I hope you have fun with the way that I deliver the message for you on your Heat Postcast. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, 131-109. Your Miami Heat win tonight, 131-109 over the Atlanta Hawks. They shoot 59%. They shoot 59% from the field and 55% from the floor. They have 7 players in double figures, and they smoke the Hawks off Pat Riley Court at Kaseya Center. So start off a homestand in which they play 9 of 10 at home, 14 of 17 in the building on Biscayne. 7th place, Miami. You ready for a run? I can feel it coming. Can you feel the heat down in your soul? We'll be back on Friday after the Indiana game. It starts at 8 o'clock, so about 10 o'clock, 10:30 with your postcast. Until then, Heat fans, keep your game tight and your mind right, Miami. Gries.